Hi, everyone. Welcome to the AI ML Media Advocacy panel. Today we'll be discussing how AI is affecting our Southeast Asian artists and how we could further practice ethical uses of AI art within their regions. Right now, AI art is mostly a Western, eyes are mostly on Western artists and how it's affecting us over here in the US, although we do want to give more eyes onto our Southeast Asian artists. I'd like to kick it off by introducing our artists right now. Let's start off by having them talk about themselves a little bit. Tran, would you like to go first?
Okay, so hello everyone. So this is my first time joining an international event. So I'm a concept artist who living and working in Vietnam for more than 10 years. So I've been working on for many clients. I've been working for in many fields like concept illustration, digital 2D, 3D, even hosting some local exhibition events. I'm very happy to be here with you guys.
Cool.
Turn on the audio, please, Kristian.
And Nguyen, would you like to go next?
Yes, me. Hello, I am from Thailand. I am the first time I'm joining the Zoom call. Sorry. So I am working as a teacher and a character artist in Thailand. Yes. Yes, I have.
Perfect. And tell us a little bit about your art. Like, what kind of art do you like to do?
Concept art and gaming art, something like that.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And Kim, would you tell us about yourself too?
I'm actually the tech person.
Oh, sorry. Thien, would you like to tell us about yourself too?
Hi, everyone. Yeah. It's my first time. So right now I'm working as an art teacher. And in the past, I worked as an illustrator for several companies in Vietnam. Yeah, I have a chance to work in character art and flat art illustration. Yeah, right now I just teaching art in the university.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's it.
And Thien, would you tell us a little bit about how AI art is affecting you in your life at the moment and how it's affecting your job?
Actually, because I'm working now as an educator, so it's not directly affect my my job, but I can foresee the effect in the future, especially like in each application, if possible, if application on some education, like how relying too much on AI can I think diminishing the creativity development of the art student. So yeah, that's my main concern.
Have you been seeing AI art affect your students' ability to create, or seeing them use AI as sort of like a leverage or crutch for their art?
Yeah, not my student, but I can see like some of the beginner when they are still in the development stage. They are trying to practice drawing and painting, also designing. But when I see some of the beginner, they try to play with the AI, like Stable Diffusion or Midjourney. I think the result is too impressive that they feel like they cannot achieve that in a short time. So I think it's increasing their anxiety. So maybe it's affect their goal. Maybe they just want to switch to use AI to make more beautiful image and impress more people. Yeah, I think that's the mindset of the beginner. It's very common.
So it's just like fast results quick, but you don't have a solid understanding of the fundamentals of creating art.
Yeah. and because like getting better by oneself is much take much more time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Tran, also being from Vietnam, can you tell us a little bit about how AI is also affecting your career and your art at the moment, especially in your community?
Okay, so first thing is like Thien said, the young artists. So they're very nervous because take a lot of time to drawing or painting something to achieve the final result of the artworks. It maybe took you days, even months to finish an artwork with decent quality. But right now, with the mid journey or stable diffusion, with the help of the computer, you can just generate everything in just less than 60 seconds. So it makes them feel very nervous about their career. And some of they say that with the new tech, they afraid that they can find a job anymore, like a cheap job or job for starting persons, like illustrating the t-shirt, illustrating people who want to be a fantasy characters, because that all application can be do easily with the help of the AI generator. So there will be some problem between the senior and the junior artists. So the senior artists like me and Thien already found our place in the community, but the younger artists who just become picking the pen, they feel very hard to fill up the gap between the young artists and the AI generator, and then become the senior artists. So sometimes it will make the gap bigger. When you become the senior, you can like you have a stable jobs, stable client that will always hire you, but they will refuse to hire a younger person because they will less creative, less experience, and they will use the AI instead. In the other hand, so it's affect my career also, because a few years ago I was still doing the light thing. I was a teacher back then. So right now, when I want to start teaching the young student, they will be very afraid and they won't taking any like long time course. Instead, they will start learning to use the AI technology. Yeah, that is from my part.
So even with AI technology being very new or in its infancy, you feel like or your community feels like it's going to be taking over the industry and being used as less of a tool, more as like a takeover or a replacement for actual artists.
So the young artists feel like it will replace them. The fact is, it won't replace the real work, like the work for creating game assets or create concept for movies. But that job is very hard to find, because first you have to be a decent artist first, and then you have to have the connection to be there. But if they don't have neither of these things, they won't have the job, because the AI result is much more impressive.
Okay, thank you for telling us all about that. And Miss Nguyen, would you tell us about how AIR is affecting you over there in Thailand?
Yes, my friends and I'm not the having much effect, but my friends got dropped by the company because they're gonna replace him with the AI. And yes, and like some of my friends already deleted all their work and using AI to be like as their work. Like, sorry, I'm not strong in English.
No, it's okay. You're doing great. Oh my gosh. Tell us everything, please.
Yeah. Yes, like is that my friends using the AI as the feeling the feel for their art,
Mhm.
like when he sketch first and then he go in the AI and finish the work.
Mhm.
Something like this. It's just but the mainly that he got dropped by the company to replace him, to replace the AI. Yes, something like
Mhm.
that. Sorry. Yes.
No, no. Oh my God, you're doing great. I'm okay. So first, I want to say I'm very sorry for all the effects that AI currently has on, you know, your guys in your career, in your industry. Currently, people are very afraid of it, it seems like. But I kind of want to go over what is really creating the biggest problems with us with AI, specifically over there in your regions and countries. Tell us about the specific problems you see. So, for example, right now, I see that AI is mostly biased towards Western audiences. AI modeling companies are taking art that are appealing to Western audiences and specifically using that. And it affects the outcome to only look good for people from the US or from North America. Tell us a little bit about that and the effects of that, how we can change that.
Yeah, I think is the AI can be useful and beneficial. Like if they give the consent to the artist to be like train to give the art to train in the AI, you know. I don't know the word.
The data set, right? It's the collection of
Yeah,
art. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
Yes, yes. I'm sorry.
No, no, don't apologize. You're doing great. Oh my gosh. Tien and Tran, would you guys have anything to say about the current AI model, how it's being used, if the data sets and art currently that the popular algorithms are using?
I think most of the problem I see in my country is that like people start using it. Like a lot of people doing it, they don't have very strong foundation in art. Like they something they consider art before they consider art as just a hobby or something like not related to their job. So now they have very strong tool. So they just try to, I think the word is they're trying to exploit it. They try to exploit it. They try to make a lot of like fake sample of products and they claim it's like a prototype and accepting pre-order from clients, but like they didn't make it. Yeah, something like that. They use the AI image as the false advertising for their service, and maybe a little bit of like fake news, and try to monetize it by like sharing the account, the account that you have to subscribe. They sharing that so they can make like a little extra money from that. Yeah, and teaching an open class to teach people how to mimic the style of the artist, something like that.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so you also feel, or we know that these AI art sets are stealing a lot of artists' art and then just using it for themselves and then claiming it that whatever this AI makes is theirs and
Yeah.
monetizing it.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, Tran, go, please.
So yeah, just like Tin said, so many people are using the AI in the wrong way. Like they're using the AI to affect their portfolios. So using the AI to affect everything, affect the news, to affect the thing that they say that they're doing or they done. So this is a one problem. The other problem is someone is teaching people to how to use AI by sell and then selling the picture that they make using the AI. So there are money from the AI that use the data set of the artist. Myself have some picture, some drawing of mine a long time ago, including the AI dataset. I don't know if there is more, but I just found them recently a few. But with me, I feel very unhappy about having my picture, having my drawing include into the dataset. But they are not asking me. I don't have any concern about using them. They just do use them to create money, to make money. The AI company use them to like they take money from the user, the subscriber, but have nothing from them. So this is clearly a wrong move.
Yes, AI art is currently being monetized and charged for users to actually use their product. And you also mentioned that your art, Tran, is being used for these algorithmic models, correct? So you are in the data sets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say, Tran, Thien Nguyen, you are all very talented artists. Your work is stunning and very amazing. I'm not surprised you are all professionals. You're great at your craft. But tell me, like, when did you first hear about this? Like, when did you start kind of gaining traction for it?
Okay. Let me start first. So calm down.
Yeah, please wait.
Okay, so the first time I found out about the AI stuff were, it's been a long time ago, but the first time I hear about Midjourney is like the earliest 2022, I remember. So there were rumors between in the artist community that there is an AI software that can mimic the drawing the style of an artist. So we are all very eager to use it, to see it in action. But then a fellow artist shared me the link into their Discord server. Um, the first time I joined the server is on Chinese, so I don't understand any word of it. But then he the fellow artist who showed me the server, he instructs me to how to get into the elite version of it. So I start using the Midjourney. So it's nothing offensive here because I'm very curious. I want to know how the AI works. So I use the Midjourney to generate some image. So this is the first time I know about the AI generator and using the Midjourney. But after a few times, I think the result is very repetitive. It's nothing so unique. It's just something very. It's look very impressive at the first time, but it's repeating over and over and over again. So I dropped using Midjourney from there. I think I just used it for like a few days or a few weeks. I don't remember. But then I found out that they're using the artist data to fix the eye, so I stopped using it forever.
Wow. Okay. Tien, do you have anything to say about this current use and what your first experiences were with the algorithm and AI models?
I was very late to getting familiar with like the AI stuff, because I always prefer to like doing work by myself. But I have seen a lot of like very impressive image generated by the AI, and it's getting better. So I think I found a page like it's called Lexica. It's like a gallery shop all of the image generated by Stable Diffusion, and people put it publicly, so I can see some of the like how they try the description, the prompt. So I want to try to make to try the program, but it's I'm not very impressive by that. The things make me feel a little bit affect is when Kim Jong-gi passed away, and you know that Kim Jong-gi passed away, and just after that, a few days, some people, a guys using his artwork to create like a fake image in his side. So I think it's very kind of disrespectful.
Yeah.
So that's when I think about like people can use this in a way that affect the artist and show so that they don't have any respect for art in general. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's very disrespectful to the artist, especially with one has passed away, such as Kim. And Noon, do you have anything to say about your first experiences with the AI models and how you've seen it firsthand?
Yes, the first time I saw it, it's very impressive, and I didn't know how it worked before, and now and then I saw it. Some people that send the AI artwork to competition and won the competition over the actual artist, and I was like, oh, this is not a good thing. And then I saw the Kim Jong-gi art being generated with the AI at the same as they said before. And I was like, oh, and he even like, oh, give me credit for the asset. Yeah. So I was like, oh. Something like that.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. So you also saw it firsthand about how, the deceased artist has been exploited for their art for these AI models. Well, right now I do want to transfer the tone into something more optimistic. Do you guys have any feelings of solutions for these AI models at the moment? Like any ideas on how to fix the current problems you see with AI models and how we're currently exploiting artists?
So I think the biggest problem in the AI models is use the data from the artists without their consent. So if they can use the data from the non-copyrighted sources, or from the artists who are willing to donate their art into the data set, so this is okay, or they will pay for the artists who include in the data set. This is okay too. Yeah, this is my thought.
For proper accreditation, letting people know, hey, like this artist is using their art for this specific AI model, and make sure you attribute them in the credits too, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Perfect. Noon, Thien, do you have anything to say about this current like situation on any solutions for AI models?
Yeah, I think the same. Like you should like pay for the artists for their art or themselves to train the AI, not like go around and gather some complete result from the artist without their consent. Yes.
Perfect. And then
Yes, I agree. Yeah, the first thing is we have to regulate how the AI company scrapping the data from. I think so. Yeah, they should only use the public domains image and data. And because living artists, they are still developing and they're still working and make a living. So I think using current living artists data artwork as a data is right. It's compete directly with them. Yeah, so it's make the artist who is the source, the source of the data. I think that it compete and make them miserable. They don't have enough clients or enough job to sustain themselves. So later, eventually, they will have to give up the jobs and doing something else. So the creativity will be affected. So the first thing is regulation, and the second one is I think we should teach. We should teach more about ethics to not only artists but like other people, because like now everyone can use AI, but not everyone is trained in art education, so they are not familiar with the definition of ethics in art. Yeah.
Yeah, so I love that you brought up, regulation and enforcement of the law. Right now, over here in the U.S., the government has declared that you cannot copyright any material or art that was used or that was created using AI models. Can you tell us a little bit about how your governments are intervening or enforcing laws on use of AI art within your region?
So in my country as well as Thien's country, because in my Vietnamese too. So I have speak with a lawyer who's worked for the copyright bureau in Vietnam. So he said that currently there is no law that applies to the AI because the tech is evolving too fast and lawmaker cannot follow it. Like it's too fast, can chase it. Because when the law is applied, it need to have few years between the new tech and the new laws that apply to that text. But as I know, the current law have some regulation about the artwork, about like the AI is using the data from the artist, so this is the deprecated word. I don't remember the word, but it's like this is the new work that come from the older works. It's like the new artwork come from the original artwork. So it says if the artist who create the first artwork are not accepted to for the AI company to create new artwork, so this is clearly wrong. So it can use this at the course if they've been sued.
Yeah. And do you feel as if like your government is going to kind of enforce something really soon? Maybe are they going to enforce a law or have any say on the future of AI, even though it's moving so fast for your industry? Because I do feel like this is disrupting a lot right now within the art world.
Yeah, so we Vietnamese in part of the World Trade Organization, so we obey the law of the world. Yeah, right now there's no rule, but I think that will be in like 1 or 2 years later, because it had to we need to have a rule before we can utilize any AI generating stuff in the world, because with the under the eyes of the people who want to create money. So it's very important that the AI can be utilized, can be legal, so they can make money from it. So this is very important for the economy. So I think there will be a law soon, but right now everything is just chaos.
And within Vietnam, is there anything specifically that people who love this art, who love the community, can do to sort of convince or put pressure on the government to take action really soon, so it doesn't really disrupt the art world that much?
Well, the art community in Vietnam is, like I said, it's very chaos. But right now we are on the same page. So there are people who don't like each other, but they still stand together to fight against the AI rise of the AI. So this is like this is the first time I see the people who stand with each other to against something. It's like a common problem for everyone.
And Thien, do you have any say on how you feel the government's going to be taking action, or what you are seeing and what you know is going to be happening with the law and regulations of AI art within your region?
I think we might be a little bit late compared to other country in application of the law. Like maybe our government will wait to see if other countries solve the problem first, and then they try to adapt, they try to apply it. So right now, like actually in my job, I can make some contributes directly to my student by making some rules that they cannot use AI in their assignment, something like that. I can do that right now, but like for the law that apply to every aspect of life, I think it's much. I think it takes time, and our country maybe tend to wait for maybe the US. They have some regulation first, and then we try to adapt it to our country.
So it's almost like a butterfly effect, as in the US is going to take effect first, and you feel like it's gonna other countries going to see that and then also follow footstep too.
Yes.
Perfect. And then Noon, do you have any say on how your government is going to be kind of enforcing or regulating AI art, so in that way it doesn't disrupt the scene over there for illustration or art in general?
Yeah, but my country is one of the most slowest country in the world when it comes to IT and AI stuff. Like they almost like don't give their attention at all. But here we have a bit of social sanction that for someone who using AI, but the government is not interested in any kind of this stuff at all. So we have to follow the world law and say to people who using AI and selling their AI art that or this is not you cannot sell the AI art because it is not no copyright law or something like that. Yeah. Yes, something like that.
Yeah. And you feel like sorry, go on.
I also feel that the government will concerned about like the fake news made by AI. Yeah, if someone using AI to create like fake news about the government, something like that, they will concern, and maybe that will be the reason why they have to like intervene faster. I think that that will be the main reason for
so you also
a country like China and Vietnam.
Okay, so you also feel like AI art can also be used to spread or create not just art visually, but also information, text, knowledge, and a lot of other things that can possibly affect the way people view their own government.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. And you feel like that's going to put pressure on the government to act fast within your region. Interesting. Okay. I also want to bring this to the fact that since the governments are going to be taking a little bit long, how we personally can be taking effect within our own communities to make sure that people are using these, like I'd say, really powerful tools ethically. Thien, you said as a teacher, you said that you don't allow your students to use AI art. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I will require the step-by-step process. I will require like I must have my students show their own idea from scratch, and if they want to use AI to like make some combinations, some suggestions, that can be done, but like they cannot generate the whole final image just by using AI alone. So very limited, and we will I think we will supervise, we will follow the process, strictly follow the process more, to not just to limit the misuse of AI, but to encourage my students to prioritize their own idea, their own ability first, because it's really important to an art student or an art beginner to develop themselves first. Yeah, to build their confidence before they use the very powerful tool like that.
That's very interesting. So you actually demand your students to show the step-by-step screenshots or whatever to make sure that they're not cheating.
Yes.
Wow, interesting. Over here in the US, as of what I know in the Bay Area, at least, the art students over here are using AI, but they're not being like I guess surveilled in that sort of way from their own teachers within our art schools. They're allowed to use AI freely and even submit their own AI generated art for their assignments. I like the fact that you're doing that to make sure your artists have integrity to the culture and the creation and art process. Do you feel like that could be kind of like a worldwide thing? Maybe in the future, even studios will be possibly using that to make sure that they are not using AI art to show their audiences.
I think right now clients like client from the freelance job requiring that, because like they only want to pay money for the artist's effort.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to just pay money for a program that can split out image very quickly and almost like free. Yeah, so people all want to see if the artist really put their efforts in the making of the art.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's will be it's applicable, and I think it should be used more widely.
Interesting. Okay. And Huy, do you have any say on how we can create, like, I guess, kind of surveillance or keep the integrity within our own communities immediately, so that way we know that we're not being exploited from other people within the art world? Huy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Can you tell us a little bit more about how you feel like we can cause or create pressure within your own community, so in that way people aren't exploiting art or kind of like cheating the system, if that makes sense?
Yeah, I understand the question, but I think it's, I just want to for Noon to say something about it. But since she's too shy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Yes.
So
Sorry.
No, oh my gosh, you're great. Do you have anything to say about how, within your own community or region, how you're creating a pressure or community effort to make sure people aren't being exploited within the art world over there?
Me.
Yes.
Oh.
You're good.
Okay. Like I saw the process made up by AI before, so I think it could be video or some live stream or something. Yes, to make sure that you aren't using AI or something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So do you feel like as if AI art is really good to the point where we can't really tell if it's AI anymore, or is it getting there?
I think we artists can tell that you are using AI, but the other people outside cannot tell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so you feel like audiences can't tell, but artists ourselves are able to distinguish what is an AI art creation.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Okay. Do you feel like there should be people calling out the AI artists all the time, or do you feel like audiences should be aware of what AI art looks like?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think I browsing the Twitter lately, and I see the account that generate pictures from AI that they tend to look the same nowadays, not at the beginning of the AI era, and like they are tend to be similar in some way currently. I think it's more easily to tell that which one is AI, which one is human made.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but still some people that can tell, and they're paying the money for the AI in like Gumroad or Patreon, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. And Huy, I'd like to pass the mic to you and would you like to tell us a little bit more about like how we can apply pressure or kind of ways we can make sure people are not exploiting AI and exploiting each other through these AI models?
Okay, so the first, and I think the majority of the problem is about the economy side of the tool. So AI is a very powerful tool. You have to admit that. But if you want to earn money by AI, you have to do the things that an artist can do too. So the main problem when the people come to an artist to create art is not just about the quality or the final result. It's about the process of the work, because you need to solve the problem. It's the bigger things. So if the clients ask you to change a small thing, anything in the artwork, in the process, the AI cannot follow that, because each time you generate the image, it's a new image. It is regenerate the image. So it is completely different from the previous one. It can be used in the process that require you to have a step-by-step from creating an idea to a sketch to a color and to the final result. So to earn the decent money by AI now is like impossible. But so there are some people who are cheating by showing the AI art with a small adjustment or no adjustment in their portfolio and said it is their painting, and then fake the process. So but we artists can tell if they are faking or not. So we can call them out that they're faking the portfolio, the process, and so to the client. So no one will hire them again. It's a one way, but another way to make sure that no one will exploit it is to like have a community. So with the people who are very good in the art, so they can tell the art is fake or not, or it's like we a human become the tool to filter the AI art out of the original art.
Wow. Okay. And you also feel, so you also mentioned earlier that you feel like the process is just as valuable as the output for these clients that you talk about.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow. Okay. And you also feel like AI art can't like go in and change really small little details that a human could actually do through things or tools such as Photoshop or other like Illustrator properties.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow. Okay. And just really quickly, we all feel that, you know, AI art is very powerful. And currently that we all hope for a fair and ethical use of AI art. Have you guys seen any ethical use cases for AI, proper uses, anything that is good for the art world?
Okay, so I think the first thing that the image from AI can be used without any ethical problem is to use them as the reference for artists. So taking uses to have an idea, to take the idea, or to reference the colors, the composition, anything else, but can't be used directly into an artwork. The other thing is to use them for hobbies. So people who generate image from AI just for fun, they get no money from it. So that is okay because it's non-royalty. So we are okay with that. Even in the normal artwork, that our artwork or any artist's artwork can be used to study for other artists. So it is normal if the people who want have the intention to gain money from the art, so that is okay.
Okay, so you feel like it's great for like a learning opportunity for people to understand like how to create this art, or not, but not specifically as like a process, correct?
Yeah.
Interesting. Noon, do you feel like there's any ethical or proper use cases for AI art at the moment?
I agree with him, but right now I see it as a learning tool, but as I considering that some people got their work stolen to the AI, and then I can't think of anything because there is someone who lose their profit to still losing their profit to AI, something like that. Yes.
Okay. So you feel like there's, at the moment it's still just a learning tool. Do you feel like it's proper to use it as a process tool, like maybe early in your art process, but not as a final product?
Yes. I saw people using that too.
Okay. And Thien, do you have any say on, like the proper uses of AI or ethical use cases at the moment that you've seen?
I think yeah, mostly as a learning tool. I think I can learn a lot from the way AI make the image, like the way they combine like different image and try to scramble it in various various ways. So I can replicate it using myself to try to see different angles or different opportunity to create a concept, something like that. And AI can use to create like something like mood board. We look at that and maybe we get an idea and inspiration to do our own work, something like that. Yeah, and maybe it can be used as the generator for texture in 3D, something like that. Because the just a texture is not very it's not directly compete with the artwork from the artist.
I like that. I like the little detail where you're okay with people using textures through AI for the final product, but not as like a illustration or so, or a character design. That's I love that. So let's talk about specifically any communities or organizations within your regions or countries that other artists can reach out to talk about and discuss ethical properties of AI art and how we can kind of lead the path for a proper use of it for our future.
Yes, right now in Vietnam, we don't have a very strong community. For myself, I intend to use my job like as an art teacher. Like we can host some seminar to talk about the technology and the ethical aspect of that. Yeah, I think we can organize some talk show, something like that.
Like a talk show, like to gain people's interest within your region or community. Oh,
yeah,
perfect. Huy, do you have anything to say about specifically garnering interest?
So yeah, right now we don't have a big like a leader to lead a big community for all the artists to say the same word, but myself I have host an talk show, an offline talk show about the copyright law in my city. So there are about 30 people who joined that. They are the art creator. So it will bring the knowledge to their work that what can be used, what can be used. So it will help them guide them into on the way of art that and how to use the tool like AI. I think in the future that we will have a big community like the Concept Art Association here. to have leading the artists in Vietnam. But right now, all we have to do is to do our best to guide our student or the people around us.
Interesting. So also just like advocating for more eyes on the topic and making sure people are aware that, you know, people who create their media, their culture are protected and that they're not being exploited through AI models. I love that. Noon, please tell us anything that's happening over there in Thailand for that people can do or to reach out for any specific communities or organizations for protection from artists from AI models and, you know, exploitation.
Yes. Right now in the artist community, we don't do much because is like I said, we already have like a little social sanction and like people don't like AI that much, so it's a good thing for us here. But we still need to spread out the awareness of the how is the artist got exploitation from the AI by mainstream media and something like that. Maybe made a scoop or seminar or something like that that can spread widely for people to be aware that something going on, something like that. Yes.
Also just getting more awareness at the moment for over there in Thailand, so to protect artists too, specifically for audiences to know that their favorite artists are kind of, you know, need to be protected.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so I do want to give you guys the microphone for any last topics you want to touch on before we end things and wrap up.
Okay.
Hoi Thien, any last words? Noon.
So myself is, I think that I hope that we have a lawsuit case in the coming months. So I hope that will be our first succeed again.
Wow.
Against the AI company. So we have a better regulation about this tool. So right now everything is very new with us. The tool is new, the text is new, but we have the things that make us human is our soul and our ethical way to achieve the art, to create art. So let's keep that.
Beautiful. Noon, do you have any last statements before we wrap up?
Yes. I have some non-artist friends saying this to me, that plagiarism is like something is going on around the world for a long time, and why did you so mad when is AI coming up? I was like, I think we should receive the right that we deserve for a long time from the lawsuit is coming. Yes. Something like that. So
oh, no, I love that. And Thien.
Yeah, for me, I think technology is good overall, but like when a new technology coming, there's always have to be like regulation that's followed to ensure the proper benefits of everyone in the society, not just the people who can use it the most, but like the other people that will be affected by that. We have the labor laws after the industrial evolution. So right now it's kind of similar like that. A lot of people ignore, like they say that the text is inevitable, but like we can live together with the new technology, but we have to make regulations to ensure it we can sustain our ability to create in the future.
Powerful. Okay, thank you so much everyone for attending the Southeast Asian panel. Please give a round of applause for wonderful artists and speakers, Hoi, Thien, and Noon. Thank you so much for attending us here and giving the Southeast Asian region like a spotlight for just a moment. we hope that you guys over there are able to see that we're able to support you guys and that you guys get proper ethical treatment through AI art very soon. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, see you again. Bye.